My buddy RJ hooked up old Sweat Hog, wouldn't get out of bed without a pain pill. If you know anything about partying in the country, you know that we party a little different than people in the city do. Anytime you end up at a damn party in the middle of nowhere, particularly in Appalachia, where I'm from, the coal fields of Appalachia, you already know it's going to be a good time when you walk in there and they got a big-ass California king-size rent-a-center bed. They just traded Cousin Ricky for a couple Roxys and a ride right before he went back to jail for stealing that shit that he really didn't steal. I can't talk shit about nobody, though. Me and all my trashy friends like to knock up them heifers and ain't got nothing but habits and holes, and one of them just as big as the other. Enough about me, let's talk about them. You know them benzo Barbies I always be talking about and harping on and all that good shit. Stomach problems. I'm an IBS survivor. Got a bracelet on there. I got one of them bracelets that says throw me in the trash. Literally got one that says that. First time I ever met that sale, I walked in there and she looked like King Henry VIII laying there. Had a bunch of crackheads, a couple of youngins around there now that smoke. Like them youngins don't ever sleep. Well, no wonder y'all rolling a fucking light bulb. IBS survivor. You're a Narcan survivor. That's it. Got off track there. Sorry about that. Let's get back to the PPTP and the Percahontas of the poopy people slinging pain pills. Or go fast. She's slinging go fast. She was slinging. Everybody knows anybody in the country's got any painters ain't coming off of none of. Can't do it, man. They might count me. Anyway, my buddy RJ laid up that old girl because he wouldn't get a damn job. He was sorry and well shit. And it was colder than a witch's titty. They kept it colder than a whore's heart. And, you know, big people stay hot. You know what I mean? She was real big. And he just lay up underneath one of her titties. There's a little bitty itty titty underneath there. He was thin, little thin fella. Thin as titty skin. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, RJ, we called him Hacksaw because he cut anything. Worked for a logging company too. Got paid in pain pills. Literally. Anyway, you go in these damn trap trailers partying and shit. They got the kitchen to the right. They be 4 or 5 people hanging out. And then everybody's gathered around King Henry VIII and her old man. So I had like 15,000 followers on TikTok, Facebook, shit time. So they automatically thought I was hey, move out of the way. Sit down. Sit right down here. Put an extra big old rock in the bag. I threw a little something in there for you. I seen that video you made about nasty fat bitches. I love that. Me too. This video is for anybody and everybody, but shout out to the people that have waited at the trap trailer on the dope man for 2.5 hours, and he's on his way again, but it's okay, he's almost here, even though nobody's heard from him in a day. He ought to be here anytime, man. I'm gonna walk out here and try to call him again. He walk out the damn door, you hear him on the porch, Jaybird! But anyway, Hacksaw had an old girl named Helen. He had a couple youngs with it before, and we called her Half-Acre Helen, big old girl. She pulled up in the driveway. My homeboy's on the porch. He's out there pissing. He come in, had his pants halfway up, pissed off. He said, Helen's down here at the bottom of the driveway. I said, go down there and whip her ass. He said, fuck no, that's worse construction. And that old skin pumpkin that was laying on her bed, I knew her ass was whooped. Hurry up and get to work. Let me go ahead and get a little bit off of you. She was also the only person around that had enough go-go to do hot reels. You know what I'm saying? So I was always hanging around, you know, letting her know that I wasn't the police and shit. Anyway, Helen pulled in. She didn't work construction. She constructed plans to rob the dope man and steal copper and shit like that. Drive whatever old man she had up to the mine so I could steal cable splices. But I done got my shit and I was leaving. Like I said, I could have played a record with my nipples. It was so damn cold out. I could cut glass with one of them anyway. Says RJ in there, don't lie to me, Chance. Y'all up here getting fucked up and he's got babies at home. I turned around and followed her back in there. I was going to video before I get my camera out. She was on top.